everyone, this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So today is the long-awaited haul video. As you know, I was in Glastonbury last week and it was great, it was amazing, but of course shopping happened, you know, and it does look like a lot. I know it does, but you know, this is stuff that is saved up for all year I've had to save for this. And what I tend to do, particularly with incense and candles, is get like a year's supply. So that's what's happened with the incense and stuff. So yes, well, it's probably best to just get into it really. So firstly then incense, and I'll go through this quite quickly because I'm sure you'll find incense a bit boring. So I got 2 of the Mother India Ganesh. I haven't had this for a while, and there's 20 sticks in each, so that's like 40 sticks, and I'm actually virtually out of incense. So the incense I got last year has lasted like a year basically. So yeah, so there's that. I also got there's going to be a lot of bag rattling and things and opening of things. The cones to go with that, and the lady in the shop gave me a sample pack of 6 fragrances, so that was really nice. We've got Aditi, Leela, Oud, Print and Yoga, so that was really cool. So that's some incense. I also got these, and these are from Art of Africa, and this is the Egyptian musk. So these are the foil wrapped longer sticks. So Art of Africa Egyptian musk, and I've got 3 of these. These are my favourites from there, is the Egyptian musk, and she actually said it's their most popular scent in there. The sticks are longer, but you can chop the sticks off a bit. That's what I do if you haven't got like a really long incense burner. So 3, actually I'm lying to you, it's 2 Egyptian musk and 1 night queen as well. So I was going to say I didn't think I bought 3 Egyptian musk. 2 Egyptian musk, 1 night queen of those. And then in the smaller bag here, I will just empty it out for you. I have I like the Banjara incense. This one is Dragon's Blood, so I've got 1 of those. This was a new one that they had in Goddess and the Green Man, I think. So Banjara Oak Tree, which I wanted to try. Simon wanted me to light one in the cottage. I said, no, I'm not opening a new packet of incense now. Cedar Pine in the Banjara. So that's the Banjara ones. And then I got some of my favourites in the Satya range. So 2 Black Champa, 2 Patchouli Forest, and 2 of the Midnight. Love Midnight, so nice. Well, I like all of those. So that was the incense from several different shops there. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, guys. Sorry you're going to be seeing the top of my head and stuff, but it's quite difficult because I've got bags all over the floor and everything. And I've also got a cat interfering in the bags. So we'll just leave those there. Okay, so that was Incense. Next we'll do the Starchild stuff. So several bits from Starchild. So I got some of their candle stands, plates, whatever you want to call it. So I'll see, again, these are boring things. You probably won't really be interested in these. So one candle plate with a spiking, large one and a small one. So that's just those, nothing that exciting there. Also, I think there's one more. Yeah, one of those as well. It takes these sort of tall candles. I've already got one from before, but I picked up another one of those. So this is all kind of supplies, really. Then we've got candles. So I will unwrap them. I have got scissors here as well. I'm going to end up surrounded by papers, aren't I? So this is one of the tall candles that I quite like. It's astrological and this is Capricorn, but I didn't buy it for the star sign. It was for the colours, the black and the blue, because it would be really good like for Arianrod with the blue and black, and also the black could be sort of Morrigan as well, but I was thinking more kind of Arianrod when I got that. So that's that one. Then I got, I think these are the beeswax candles, which are like the taper candles. So I like getting, you know, supplies from Glastonbury. Even sometimes I will order online if I run out of something and they've got it. But yeah, 2 beeswax candles. Oh God, it smells, I smell of Starchild. So yeah, so those ones as well. I don't know how long we're going to be here, guys. We'll be getting bored, possibly. I don't know. Then I think I've got 2 in this package. They do wrap everything nicely, though, to be fair. It's a lot of tissue paper. So I got a purple with green, and I got a white with purple. And again, this is more Arianrod and Canunos with the green. So it was those 2. Those are frothy candles, the ones that Simon often talks about. And they are really good. So 2 of those. And then I opted for, I haven't had these ones before, this size, but I decided to get a green in the larger frothy candle, and that is, it's got, looks like it's got purple inside, which is fine. That one, and then there is one more like that, which I think I got in purple. Yes, purple and white. So yeah, so that is the candles, and these are great for like on your altar areas, and you know, you just have to have like a big enough like dish or plate with these, because sometimes the wax does go everywhere, so you have to make sure you've got it in something big enough to catch like the dripping of the wax. So let's put all the candles down here. Right. Okay. The other 2 bits I got from Starchild was just another couple of packets of their Blue Lotus tea, which I really like. It's very good, actually. It's sort of a relaxant, a bit like that. So that was from Starchild. The only other thing, I did get a deck and book set from Starchild, but I've kind of got the decks and things separate, so I'll show you that separate. But supplies wise from Starchild, that was what I got. Okay, so next is the huge amount from Sons of Asgard. And as you know, Sons of Asgard is like my favourite shop on the high street. Second favourite shop would probably be Dandeliondreamz, which is amazing as well. But Chris and John are lovely. I kind of look at them as friends now because they're so nice, and it's always lovely chatting to them if they have time. I know the shop can be very busy, and they're busy doing online orders and things as well. So yeah, but they're lovely. And normally the first time I go in there, I'm standing there talking to Chris for so long, I don't actually do any shopping. So. But before I show anything else, there's a couple of bits I want to show you, which I'm going to have to open. So while I'm opening them, I got a complete surprise when I went into Sons of Asgard, and Chris said to me, "There's a voucher here for you." I said, "What?" He said, "Yes, a lovely lady in America has asked us to do this voucher for you. And the lovely lady is our own lovely Marilyn at Marilyn's Tarot Take. So thank you so much, Marilyn. It's so lovely of you." It was a total shock. In fact, I thought they'd made a mistake. I said, "Oh, it's probably for Simon, is it?" And they said, no, it's definitely for you. And so I just want to show you what I got with her voucher. It was so kind and just really lovely of you, Marilyn. Thank you so much. It's a really, really kind gesture, and I'm very, very appreciative of it. And I needed a couple of new offering bowls. I wanted ones that were slightly bigger, but not huge. So I got 2 of these. Look at that. I love yellow. And they didn't have a lot of different colours left, but they had just 2 left in the yellow, and I thought, right, I'm getting those. So this is what I got with your voucher, Marilyn, and thank you so much. These will be going on my altar space, and I'll be able to put some lovely offerings in these. So thank you very, very much. It was really lovely and very much appreciated. So that was those. Then, so we're on the Sons of Asgard stuff now. So, and I won't like pull everything out, but I got their this is the Celtic Tree Essence Incense Stick Selection Box. Now, I've had some of their Celtic Tree Essence, but I always thought, oh, I wish I could just try them all, but without buying a full pack. And then they started doing this box set, which has 2 sticks from each of the Celtic Tree Essence incense. So, and usually when I go in there, they don't have it. And I was just lucky they just had 2 of these boxes left. So I got one and Simon got one. So it says here, the selection box contains 2 sticks from each of our Celtic Tree Essence incense range, along with a mango wood ash catcher. Also included is an A3 full colour poster detailing each of their trees, their symbols and power words, which I think is really great to include that as well, because not everyone knows everything about every tree. I don't. I know a bit about some of them, but not everything. And you're kind of always learning, really, with things. But I love trees. They're like my favourite thing. So I was really, really happy to get this from Sons of Asgard. Then I got, they are doing now magical herb packs for the different Sabbats, and I had Yule last year, but this time I managed to get the Samhain herb pack. These, even though it's Samhain, and I know it's after Samhain, but you can still use the herbs in here. It's just that these have been put together, chosen to work with that particular Sabbath, but you could use them in other ways too. So it says on here, Samhain Magical Herb Pack, a selection of 13 carefully chosen herbs which all correspond to the particular Sabbath. Also included is a collectible information card for each herb, along with a booklet offering suggestions of ways you could use the magical botanicals. So let's see if we can open this, just to give you an idea. So inside this bag, so all of the herbs will be in little packets like this. So we've got here mullein flowers. Oh God, it smells like they shop. Rosemary. We have apple blossom. I mean, these are great, guys. Mugwort, my faves, along with rosemary. We have mountain ash berries. Lovely. Love those. We have patchouli, another favourite. Oh, love the smell of patchouli. This is wormwood. Rue, that's good. I need some rue actually. And then let's try and get the others out of here, guys. Sorry if this is taking like ages, but heather flowers, I don't have any of those, so that's great. Chrysanthemum flowers. Pomegranate peel. Some pumpkin seeds. And some sage. So those are our 13 herbs, and then you get in here as well, you get a guidebook that tells you about Samhain, the herb pack, herbal teas, offering blends, ways you can use the herbs, and then you get these really brilliant cards. So let me hold one up, like apple blossom, and on the back it tells you that, like, correspondences, if you have a look there. So it tells you correspondences, planets, Venus, elements, water and spirit, chakras, heart, higher heart and crown. Magical properties are garden magic, love, beauty, self-worth, sexuality, immortality, health, spirit offering, friendship and healing. So we've got 13 of these cards. So one for each of the herbs that are included in this. I mean, I love these. They're so good and so useful. I want to try and collect all of their herb packs so that I get all of these cards as well. But also, it's a good way to stock up on your herbs too. You know, like I say, I had the Yule one last year and I still have some herbs from that. But if they did like an Imolc one or an Astara one or something, I would get that. So that's what was in the herb pack. So I think it's really good actually. I'm just going to have a look on the back because I don't remember the price of this one, but remembering it's 13 herbs, and as you can see, they're not tiny bags, they're your normal kind of bags. So how much? That was £28, which I don't think was bad for all of that. Really good. So yeah, very pleased to have that. So next was just kind of boring items, just a tea, a thing for loose tea to put over your cup. I like the Sons of Asgard ones because they're nice and big and deep. whereas you know, like when you get the tea balls, you can't get much in it, and with these you still don't need to put extra in, but it's more room for the herbs and things to infuse. So I got one of those. I think this is more candles, possibly. See, because it's been almost a week now, I've forgotten exactly what I actually bought. I think this actually might be a bottle of something. Oh, I know what it is. So this is black salt, and Sons of Asgard make theirs in like the proper way to make black salt, because sometimes black salt is advertised and it's not done correctly, whereas this is. So they didn't have many of these left either, so I grabbed one of those, black salt. Then I think these are candles. These are just little beeswax candles in purple. So you get 7 in there. You can get them in all different colours, but these are quite good because they're small. So if you're doing like a ritual or a working where you need to burn the candle right down, this doesn't take that long with these. But I got purple because it corresponds with Ariamrod, but you could use it like for the Morrigan as well. Or I do, because I just go with, I honestly just go with what I think a lot of the time with stuff. I know the Morrigan is more kind of red and black, but I don't have red and black candles at the moment, but I don't work with her all of the time. Ariamrod is my main goddess, so yeah. Just rubbish everywhere. Then I got, and this, we're still on Sons of Asgard, but this was 2 trips into there. So I got a sage bundle, and I said to Chris, I want something different to just white sage, and he said, well, what are you looking at? I said, like protection and things like that. And he said, well, blue sage and mistletoe is a really good one. And of course, mistletoe was sacred to the Druids. It smells really great. So I thought, right, I'm going to try this one out. I love their Vision Quest smudge as well as obviously their white sage. I've just wrapped that myself in just a bit of paper just to keep it kind of fresh. Put that down there, and dropping bits of sage and mistletoe all over the place. I then got one of their Triple Goddess sprays, which smells amazing, and they haven't had it for a little while. I think about 4 months, Chris said. Oh, this stuff just smells amazing. So that's the Triple Goddess spray, and that's a large one. I then got, so we're looking at sprays, Blue Lotus spray. Again, as I said, it's kind of a relaxant. I got the Violet Flame, and I use their sprays a lot. Their sprays are what I use more even than the oils. I do use the oils a bit, but not as much as I use the sprays. Then I got Samhain, because that's one of my favourite sprays, scents of theirs. And Lord of the Forest. And to go with that, Forest Witch. So that is the sprays. Then I got one tea, which is the All Hallows, which they only blend at this time of year. So once they're gone, they're gone. And I loved this last time. So All Hallows tea. 10 grams of bay leaves, because I'd run out. And then I got some incense. So these are the loose incense. This one is Beyond the Veil. meditation, and Hern. And the final thing, which I got on the last day, was juniper water. Now, normally I use Florida water, but they didn't have any. So I said to Chris, well, you know, would this be okay, you know, to cleanse the altar area? He said yes. And you can see it's a smaller bottle. He said it's concentrated, so you would dilute it in water. So you put some water and put some of this in with the water. And I have Chalice Well and White Spring water, so I can use that as well for cleansing purposes. So I'll just make some space here for all these sprays. But the majority of things I do get in Sons of Asgard, and I know that I'm going to be spending a bit when I go there. Okay, the next thing, and these are not in order of when I bought them and on what day at all, they're just as they are. This one I want to show you. I've wanted for ages the God statue from Philippa Bowers, but I can't have the huge one because I don't have space for it and I don't have the money for that type of statue. So I finally managed to get the mini God. So this is Philippa Bowers and I love him. So here he is. And he has sort of the bull's horns, this one. I did want to get the stag horns, but she didn't have one. And I thought every time I go, I say I'm going to get this God statue and I never get it. Because either she hasn't got it or something. So I was determined to get it today because it's similar to the one that's in the White Spring. And, you know, he's great. I mean, yes, I could have got, you know, there's a goddess that would go with him, but I couldn't get both. And I wanted to get the God in particular, and I know where he's going to go and everything. So that was from Philippa Bowers. Now what's next? My gosh. Let's do the plushies. And Simon encourages me with plushies. He says, oh, look at that. Isn't it cute? Knowing that I'll be tempted, of course. Right, so this one I got from Wookie Hole when we went. You probably saw on the vlog the Wookie Hole caves. And they had Wookie witches. Look at her. And she has on the bottom of one of her feet. So I actually got two of these because I got one for my mum. And they were quite well priced actually. They weren't like mega money. But look how cute that is. And look at that hat. It's really cool. Oh, see her butt. That's not good, is it? So, yeah, this is the Wookie Witch. Really cute. My mum loved hers. So, and I love mine. So, I was really pleased to get her. So that was one plushie. Then we went into so where the town hall is, they've got like a little sort of shop area. And Simon pointed this out. And of course, once I saw it, that was it. And I know you could get this little bear probably anywhere. But look, Glastonbury. He's a Glastonbury bear. And look at those feet and legs that move. So he can sit. And he's got his little Glastonbury jumper on. So just tidying him up here. But look at the face. Look at the face. And he's beanie. He's got a beanie butt. So he's got beans in his butt so that he sits nicely. But look, I couldn't resist that. And I know he's probably a teddy that you could get anywhere, but it's his little Glastonbury shirt as well. So yeah, that. And also in there I got a drawstring bag that says Climb the Tall on it in this bright orange colour, which I loved. And it's by Vicky Prince Studio. See that on the back. So it's got a bit creased, of course, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I really liked that in the bright orange. So those are the plushies. Oh no, there's one more. Honestly, this video is going to be so long, guys. So we went into Man, Myth and Magic, and I'd seen these in the window, but the shop wasn't open at the time. And by the time we went back, the two in the window had sold, but she had two in the shop. Look at the little crocheted unicorn. Isn't he cute? I couldn't resist him. And of course he's handmade. And the lady said as soon the person that hand makes these, as soon as they get put in the shop, they go really quickly. So I was lucky to actually get one. I love crocheted things, and this was just, I couldn't not get him. So that is the end of the plushies. Right, so now put that over there. Now what are we on to now? Oh, I wanted, because we went to the Chalice Well fire ceremony, and I wanted a little singing bowl. And we went into this shop that had only just opened, and they had them. So it's in a little box. I think I've even opened it. And it's like a miniature one, and it's got a little mat, the little hammer. So, and this one sounded really nice. Listen to that. Isn't that cool? I'm not going to try and do this. It never works out. I'm trying to do it on camera. But that's great, isn't it? I can do it when I'm not on camera, but... And it's quite heavy, actually, for saying it's a little one. But I thought it would be nice. I wanted one to go sort of on my sacred space, my altar area. But not a great big one. So that is like perfect. A little singing bowl. So there was that. Put that out of the way over there. Then what have we got here? Oh yes. I've got some small pieces and cards and things like that. Right. So I thought I would show you like the smaller pieces and stuff before I show books and things. So I managed to get, Simon got a cloth as well in the same shop. This, which I thought would be nice as like a reading cloth or for videos, but look at the colour of this. It's really nice, and it's got like trees on it. if you can see that. And it's coming up, I think, as a brighter red on there, but it's more like a burgundy colour. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh yeah, that would be really nice. So I got that. I did get some cards from Happy Glastonbury. I got this one because these I can frame and have alternate ones up at different times on my altar area. So there was that one, and I got this. I thought was nice. Misty October Morning it's called. And that one, and this one, which I thought they were all like really lovely. So that was cards. Running out of space here, guys. Now what's in here? Oh yes, and in the same shop, Happy Glastonbury, it's in a little bag. I saw this and I just really liked it. It's a crystal, and she said it's flower agate or something like that. Look, can you see the... It's really cool. It's got the price still on it. It was £10. I just really liked it. It just, you know, like when crystals call to you in shops. So I thought, right, I'm going to pick that one up. You know, especially like when you save all year for something, and you see something that you like. I think, well, why not? Now, some other smaller bits. So in this bag, we went into a different shop that we hadn't been into before, and they had some red sandalwood, and I thought, oh, I'll pick some of that up. It's quite nice to have. You can burn it in like incense and that as well. So that was just a red sandalwood. It's nothing that exciting. In here, hold on a second, because I've just got to pick something up from the floor. Now these I got when we went to the market on the Tuesday, and you probably saw that Simon got his black mirror. So from the same stand I got this. I just liked this. I love wood, things made out of wood. So I got that, and it's just on a waxed like cord. But I really liked it out of the ones he had there, and it was like £5, you know. So there was those, and I also bought a couple of Priselli blue stones from a different stand. Simon said, I thought you would. Yeah, as soon as I saw Priselli blue stone. And they were all different prices depending what shape and size they were. So just a couple of Priselli blue stones. I love that stone. I love the feel of them. So good. So that was those bits. And then I wanted for ages to get a pentacle. I mean, preferably I would have liked a silver one, but I actually got this one in the Goddess and the Green Man, and it is it's not an expensive one, but I just liked the broomsticks. So this is made of pewter, which is fine because I'll be wearing it not against my skin anyway. So it's cool, isn't it? You see it properly. So I just like that. And I didn't even realise the lady put in a free gift, which was this Wheel of the Year. So that was really lovely. It's gone on the floor as well. I'm not doing well here, guys, because I don't really have the space, and there's just like bags and things. This is another reason I wanted to get this done, but it was trying to get when I'm on my own and things to do it. And then there was another piece of jewellery. This one cost a bit more, but it was perfect, and I got this from Wildwood. I'm getting tape and that's stuck to me now. This box, it's got that rose petal feel, so Wildwood, and it's a ring box. I wanted a pentacle ring, and the one she had there actually on like the stand thing on the counter, I didn't like that much. And then she said, well, have a look through this. We've got like, it's probably better to show you it back in the box. We've got some in a box down sort of under the counter. She said, have a look through and see if you can see something you like and that's the right size. And I found this, so I'm really pleased with that pentacle ring. So yeah, that was a very pleasing moment for me to find that. So yes, very, very pleased with that. Right, let's move some things off of here now. Now I think we're on to books. We're on to books. Wait a minute, there's something else. Was that? Oh, okay. That's all right. I'm sorry this is all over the place, guys. I haven't got this into sort of proper order, really. Okay, so one book that I got was the Celtic Tree Alphabets, and I found this in Labyrinth Books, which is not going to close, which I'm very pleased about, because he's managed to sell it to a lady that's going to keep it going. So this is Mystic Signs and Symbols of Ogham and Colbren by Nigel Pennick. So Celtic Tree Alphabets. Then I found in, I think this was in the Hollow Hills, the Star Temple of Avalon, which I thought would be really cool to read. So this is Glastonbury's Ancient Observatory Revealed. That's the back. And we can look at these books in more detail in another video if you would like me to do that, because this is literally just showing you what I bought. So if you want to see these more detailed, just let me know in the comments. And I got this, was a bargain. I mean, look at this. So this is Avalonian Aeon, from Glastonbury Festival to 2012, a personal occult odyssey. And there is some writing by Dion Fortune, Jeffrey Ash, but there's also, I'm sure I saw, yes, extensive previously unpublished Andrew Collins material, and I like his stuff. I've got books by him and I've watched him on TV, So I thought this would be really good. And this book in Courtyard Books, £5. You can't go wrong, can you? I mean, seriously, it's brand new book, £5. It's even got £5 inside it. So that was a definite bargain. So that was the books. Now we are on to the decks. So let's just get them out. Because there's an independent one here. Well, there's two actually. Right. Okay. So let's do Dandeliondreamz. I mean, this is a lovely shop. It's down the side of the Church Lane. And the guy in there, Dandelion, he calls himself. He's lovely, really lovely. And the lady that was serving in there was lovely too. But he's so nice, honestly. And he dresses up, and he had all this face paint on. From, you know, he was made up to look like a fox. He even had the teeth in and everything. It was so good. And I said to him, God, you look amazing. He always does stuff like that. He's just so like quirky and stuff, but he's lovely, really, really nice. I would definitely recommend going into Dandeliondreamz. So yeah. So from there I got this deck, and I will show these on separate videos. This is Get Your Deck Out, Real Life Wisdom for Proud Weirdos. I couldn't help it, and when I looked through the cards, some of them are really funny and cool, and I thought it would just be the type of deck that you could pick up, and you know, if you were sort of a little bit down and stuff, that would just make you laugh or smile. So yeah, Get Your Deck Out, Real Life Wisdom for Proud Weirdos. That, I got a bag. He has like handmade bags in there, and I really liked this one. So it's like this crushed velvet, and it's lined in this lovely blue material, so really, really nice. So I love that. And the other thing I got from there, which is wrapped again, and he said this was the last one of this size. But I thought it was lovely, and I was imagining like the altar area, you know. It's just a matter of trying to get it undone, guys, sorry. So it was this, and you can put like a cone or whatever and burn, but look how lovely that is. And the different dots were for the different prices, like a dot guide. But it's really, really nice. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. So those were from Dandeliondreamz. So let's put that there, because we've already done that one, haven't we? Then we found an independent deck, and Simon and I both got this. This is the Black Line Tarot, independently produced, so it's still in its, still sealed. That's the fall. But I will do a proper unboxing of decks. And this is the first edition, and it's by Agni Prasada Burning, and I think she's on Etsy. So yeah, this was first edition 2020, so that's really cool to have that. Then in the Chalice Well Gardens, I got this deck, Shamanic Crystals Oracle, and they had ones that were open so you could have a look at the cards. That's the back. And like I say, these are not opened at the moment, but they will get opened and they will have separate walkthroughs. Then I got this one, and Simon was like laughing at me because if any of you, some of you probably know the Sacred Circle Tarot, and everyone always hates it because of the like real people and the photography and just the way it was done, but it's an older deck. And Anna Franklin was one of the people involved with that deck, and I saw this Pagan Ways Tarot, and something just kept drawing me to it. And I said to Simon, I'm going to get it and try it, because you know, sometimes even if you have decks where the artwork is a bit ugly, but they can still work really well for you, and it doesn't matter whether the artwork is not like the best wonderful watercolor paintings. Sometimes it can just still work for you. And every day I kept thinking about this deck, and in the end I just said, look, I'm going to get it and try it out. So yeah, this is the Pagan Ways Tarot by Anna Franklin. So I got that one. And the final deck was a deck and book set, and this was from Starchild. I got this the first day because I'd seen that Giselle over at Madwitch had this. Now I'm not going to take it all out of its binding, but it's called Wild Enchantments, and there is a lovely book, hardback book, that goes with it. It wasn't a cheap set, but it is an indie deck, and it was the price that you'd expect to pay for an indie deck. And in fact, I think you'd pay more normally for a hardback thick book like that with an indie deck than what I paid for this. This was actually $55, but I think it was worth it, and it was the one thing I wanted to get from Starchild. And I saw well, not just obviously, so I got candles and things, but it was one of the main things that I was hoping they would have. And they had one just out for you to have a look at, and I thought, oh, I bet they haven't got it. So I went and asked, and she said, yes, we have out the back. They obviously just didn't leave them on the side. I suppose in case they were stolen or something. You just don't know, do you, with people now. And lastly, big ticket item. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, guys, and it's heavy. This is for my altar area. Now, before I even show it, I just want to say that I've always wanted something to sit on top of my drawers, my chest of drawers that I use as an altar space. But I'd never found anything that I really loved. I saw this on the first day, and Simon said, no, don't get it, because, you know, it's a fair bit of money, and, you know. And he laughed at me because he said I was obsessing over it, because every day I'd mention the shop Wyrdraven and this thing, and in the end I got it. But can you see? So this is stunning, handmade, and will sit on my altar area and will be done up properly. Oh, it's heavy, it's like weightlifting. And the back is just plain. But it's beautiful, really stunning. And the lady said that the guy is a guy in Gloucester that makes them, these pieces for her. Now, it was more expensive. It's probably the most I've ever spent on one item in Glastonbury, but it wasn't mega money, that I will tell you. I think for what it is, I think the price was good for that, because it's a weighty piece as well. So I was absolutely over the moon, I still am, with that piece. Absolutely love it. And that was from Wyrdraven in Benedict Street. So if any of you go to Glastonbury, please do check out Wyrdraven, because they have beautiful pieces like that. They have boxes. There's a lot of Norse themed, because it's more of a Viking themed Norse type shop, but they have some lovely things in there. And because the lady has extended the shop now, and it's larger that way, and it goes back more now. So and she's really lovely, the lady in there that owns the shop. Really nice. So the shops, all of the people that own the shops are really lovely. As I said, Sons of Asgard, they're brilliant, lovely guys, and I love their items. If you've never tried something from Sons of Asgard, I would definitely recommend them. Their sprays, incense, teas, everything I've tried, I've loved. I've never smelled anything and thought, oh God, that's awful, ever. And they're so nice, so helpful, and so knowledgeable. I don't know how they cram all that information into their heads, honestly, but I absolutely loved my time in Glastonbury. I always hate coming home, but of course you have to. But it was an amazing time. I think my favourite thing was the Chalice Well. We went there on the Monday, just our normal thing of taking our time, looking round and stuff, and sitting and meditating and stuff and things. Then we went on Samhain. We went for the 12 o'clock meditation, even though it was raining, and we managed to get a seat at the wellhead, so that was really great. And in the evening, that same day at 4 o'clock, we went for the fire ceremony, and I loved it. I actually felt tingles starting in the bottoms of my feet, going right the way up my legs and into my back. And the same thing happened in the White Spring when we went as well. And I think Simon got something that happened this time. I think he said something with his hands that he hadn't felt before. So it's amazing what you can actually feel in these places. And the fire ceremony was at the 2 guardian yew trees there that you come to. It's before the actual wellhead, but it's said that it's like a portal kind of thing, going through there. And it's just the whole feel of that place, the Chalice Well. You could just sit there for ages, honestly. And that and the White Spring are my favourite, because the White Spring is another place where you could just sit there for an hour more, you know, and Chalice Well is the same for me anyway. So I loved it. We did go into Wells, that was great. I've been there before, Simon hadn't, and you've seen all that on the vlog anyway. Didn't buy anything there, and it was straight back to Glastonbury. It's like, should we go back to Glastonbury? Yeah, come on, let's go. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed seeing all of this. I've got to put it all away now. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing it, and yeah, finally you get to see the Glastonbury Hall. So I hope you're all well too, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.